Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.
All right, we're very excited to have
ma'am.
LaVar Ball back in studio with us. Thanks for joining us again. And we know you've been here all day, so we appreciate you coming in.
We good. We got time. We can do what we gonna do.
So you got the Big Baller brand on.
The Big Baller brand is always gonna be on.
Okay, so tell us a little about it, because people had some questions about everything that happened.
Let me tell you what happened. This is what the media thought. The media said, "Oh, Big Baller brand is over." Only time Big Baller brand is over when I say it's over. The media don't say, "Oh, it's over." I can sell 2 shirts around the corner and still be in business.
Ooh, amen
so
to that.
I'm good. Just because somebody did something bad in my camp, I mean, you took money. We didn't defraud nobody, no customers or nothing like that. You just took money. It happens in every business.
It happens to. It doesn't happen in every business. It literally happens to everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Every
what
business.
scale it
I'm going to
is.
tell you, it happens in every business. Check this out, for example. Say, for instance, if I hire you at a stereo shop. Eventually, when I first hire you, you're going to work for me, but then you're going to see how the business is ran. And then you're going to off and do something on your own eventually. Or you're going to start giving people stuff at a discount. Or do some side jobs. It's the same thing. That same thing happened to Steve Jobs. Just because mine 1.5, that ain't a lot. People get got for 20 million and 80 million.
Right, all the time. And
So it's
I mean,
not a
there's
big
Ponzi
deal.
schemes. There's
Yeah,
people
so
in
it's-
prison right
how
now
you
for
go
getting
after
people for
that?
much more.
And then people was waiting on some type of failure out of you because they wanted to see you fail for whatever reason. We talk a lot about that. So people jumping on something that they don't understand. That's why I'm glad you here to clear it up.
Right. The negative, nobody's doing what I'm doing. I mean, how many black men is selling stuff? Let me tell you what they do. They're going to buy your company up, FUBU, cross colors, whatever, to get it out the way. And when they get it out the way, they just put it on the shelf. But some people go for that front money, which is $400-500 million. They go, "Oh, I made it. I'll sell it to you." They'd be like, "Thank you." Now that one's out the way. They can't get me out the way. They want me out the way. But I'm only black man with his own brand.
And the following's strong. I mean, I when I wear my Big Baller brand hoodie
It's-
out anywhere,
yes.
everyone's like, "Hey, I see you with the hoodie. I see
It's
you."
something new. Nike,
Yeah.
Adidas, and all that stuff been around for a long time. These youngsters, they say, "Oh, Triple B's. Oh, I love Lonzo. I love Melo, LiAngelo, everybody." But it's a family brand. It's genuine. It's going to be around until I say, you know what, I'm done with it.
So Big Baller brand is still thriving,
Big Baller
still
brand
rolling.
is still thriving and rolling. We're going to come back bigger and better.
Okay, so Melo just
Yes.
graduated from high school.
Yes.
Melo to me has always been the one of all of your sons, the one that has the biggest personality. He just pops, like the way he plays. He's so long. He's kind of built perfectly for today's NBA. And he also has an incredible following already, just being that he just graduated from high school. So everyone wants to know where he's going. RJ Hampton just said that he's going to New Zealand to play. Where is Melo going? Can you say?
Melo's either going to China or Australia. Either one. I don't know yet. And just because, when you get these guys out of high school that go to overseas, the main guy you got to look at is wherever Melo goes, that's going to set the trail. On the fact that not these guys just come out of high school and get on these little things. They don't mean nothing. Melo is a different breed. What I mean by that, the following is crazy. On the fact that he's so talented, he's young. So now a girl that's 13 or 14 can have a crush on Melo. Ain't nobody 14, 15 talking about, "Oh, I like that guy. He's a player. He's 26 years old." Melo, the youngest in the game, and did something nobody ever gonna do. They're never gonna do the trail that he do. Whoever starts off in basketball in high school, goes overseas, goes back to high school, goes back overseas, nobody ever gonna do that. And it's just like the stuff that allows him to move as freely as he is, the situations that he in, that I put him in, which is you LaMelo Ball with your own brand. That's why they got to treat Melo differently. He ain't. That's why they waiting to say which way is he going, because he's going to bring something to a team which everybody's looking for, which is this is still entertainment. You got to put people in them seats.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you got? What are you looking for Melo in the next step? Like, what do you see from Australia or China?
Melo just has to get. Melo know the game. It's very easy for him to play. Melo has to get stronger and faster, so he just got to play one season.
Okay, so he's going to play one
he's just
season. Did he
gonna play
want
one
to go to
season.
college?
Well, he wanted to go to college for the wrong reasons. He wanted to go to college for March Madness and think he's going to up his draft. I'm telling him this, you're going to be the number one pick anyway. So it don't matter. I'd love to see a team get in front and say, no, I don't want a 6'7", 6'8" point guard that can do it all, that's young, that got a following, that put everybody in the seats. Who don't want that? Melo, wherever he go, he got his own shoe, his own brand. They're going to follow him. That's why he got so many followers.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Jello now?
Jello, like I said, just had surgery. And like I had to make Jello understand, which he was kind of sad that he had to have surgery, but it's better to go in 100%
Right.
as opposed to be 70% or 80%.
Right.
So now you got to rehab from, after you get out of surgery, now you got to rehab all the way to December and then start getting ready for that next, not for the next draft, but for the next summer league. Mm-hmm. And then what I had to explain to him, which he was, saying, I was like, son, you're only 20. You got to understand that you're too hasty. Don't think you ain't going to the NBA. You cut from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. All my boys are going to the NBA. You can have people say what they want. Just like when I told them one of the games that was going to be the hottest games for this year, when I told them Jello is better than Zion. And then people are like, wow, you crazy. How can Jello be better than Zion? First of all, Zion, 18. He got 18-year-old strength. Jello is 20. He got 20-year-old strength, especially that ball strength. If your game is strength, and I take that away from you, and you can't shoot,
he ain't shooting like Zion.
he ain't
I mean, no, Zion's not shooting like
Jello, and
no,
he don't have no
not at
post
all.
moves. He just running over people. When he get to the NBA, he gonna get ready to go through that lane, and those guys like to jump in the way and take them charges. Mm-hmm. And then when you got 3 or 4 fouls, you can't even play your game no more.
Well, Zion has a star quality, though. There have been people who've questioned kind of what
jump and run.
What, yeah, well, I mean, just in his personality, like his magnetism.
Loves the game.
Plays with a lot of happiness.
Everybody loves the game. That play this game, everybody loves it. But you look at it like this because he went to Duke and he dunking on people.
Right.
That's what you got to get something there.
But that said, Zion, we know, is going to end up in New Orleans. He's the number one overall pick. And there are some rumors today that Anthony Davis is on the trade block.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, everyone with the Lakers pretty much has been in discussions for that trade. Obviously, we know we went through that with the trade deadline. Would you be okay with Lonzo being in New Orleans with Zion?
I'm okay with Lonzo being anywhere where they're going to let him play and do his thing. Okay, they got to play. The coach got a bit, but Lonzo ain't going nowhere.
You don't think Lonzo will be traded?
I don't think he will. I know he won't be traded.
I don't believe that he will be traded
No,
either.
he's not going to be traded. Who's going to trade Lonzo?
Well, I don't think it's so much about him not being a valuable piece because that would be why he was in the trade.
Piece.
I think they need Lonzo to
win,
especially if they get Anthony Davis.
They can get
who's
going to
facilitate LeBron and Anthony Davis?
Exactly.
Who's going to play the point?
But it's not even about playing the point. It's about having chemistry. Somebody asked me, they said, well, Lonzo has to be, he's not going to be the primary ball handler. I was like, man, you must ain't seen my son play. He ain't no ball handler. He get rid of that ball so fast, do your job.
Right.
Run the lane, give him the ball, he'll make the decision.
Yeah, I say Lonzo's not going anywhere because they just hired they made Jason Kidd the highest paid assistant coach in the NBA to better be around Lonzo and bring him along. What do you think about Jason Kidd
I think
with the Lakers?
It's all media because my son can play the game. I mean, the game ain't that hard. It's just pick and roll. Game of mismatches and a game of runs. That's all this game is. But people have to make it seem a lot more difficult than what it is. If you believe in my son, he going to win for you. Luke Walton didn't believe in him like that, and I seen that. Mm-hmm. And then when I voiced my opinion, folks, you just mad at him. No, I'm looking at it. I'm not just talking just to be talking. I'm looking at it from a distance to see what's going on. The first thing that dude Frank said, what'd he say? I like Lonzo Ball. Mm-hmm. He could have he'd been a veteran coach. He could have easily said, I'm glad we have Rondo to mentor Lonzo. This is the thing. Everybody wants to mentor my son. Why? Because he's the hottest thing out there, and it sounds good when you attach yourself. There's a lot of people that need to be mentored, but he don't need to be mentored. He needs some guys who are going to run that lane and score that ball if you want to play. If you want to do his best for my son, get his other 2 brothers.
Okay, so you say a lot of things that people kind of scoff at first, and then you turn out to be really right.
The people at the bottom love what I say.
So,
fair.
Well, that's true.
Facts.
Well, you had a lot to say about Luke Walton, as you mentioned, which people had a lot of pushback. Yes. As we like to say around here, LaVar, undefeated, never lost.
Never lost.
Holler at you, boy.
So if you want to speak anything into existence about our lives, we're available, billions, whatever you want to say, because it happens. So Luke Walton turned out to not be the answer for the Lakers. Now, I don't feel like it's all Luke's fault. There's plenty of blame to go around.
Right.
And I also really believe that despite Luke probably not being the right person for this job, the injuries that happened were the biggest downfall for the Lakers this year, which was out of everyone's control.
Right.
They were rolling. Lonzo, LeBron, clicking and
if
chemistry was working.
If you got a raggedy-ass trainer, you're going to get hurt.
Okay. So
and you can't say that trainer wasn't raggedy because everybody was hurt from Julius Randle to Brandon Ingram. How about you fix those guys before you try to fix my son? And the fact that you're not training him the right way, you're going to get hurt. He wasn't hurt when I gave him to him.
So what do you think that they were doing training-wise that was
I already know they're training with rubber bands. That's for you. I'm training my son.
Rubber bands do that.
Yes. But you can do that, but to make some killers in sports, no rubber bands and no bouncing balls and that little stuff they doing. That stuff ain't gonna do nothing.
You said they got a new trainer though with the Lakers, right?
I don't know if they got a new trainer. My son got a new trainer over there that
okay.
he's working
Lonzo's
with. So Lonzo got a new trainer
Okay.
or whatever. So I get they're gonna get a new trainer because too many people was hurt over there.
So Luke was not the right guy. You also had a lot to say. Well, first of all, with Luke, besides him obviously not, in your opinion, being a believer in Lonzo, what was the other underlying issue with Luke there?
He a good guy.
No, we're not talking about anything personally.
Okay, I'm saying he a good guy, but he don't know the game like that. He wasn't battle tested. Just because you stood up for a team that was on autopilot, and then you got fooled by the Lakers saying, "Oh, he's a great coach." Wait, who is he coach? If he would have coached a high school team or AAU team, I'd have been like to a championship. He might have a little something. I've never seen him do nothing. Just because you come out of Arizona and your dad is Bill Walton, that don't make you the best coach in the world. And you've been under Pop and you played with Kobe and you played with Shaq. That don't mean nothing.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good team in Sacramento. We can see
We'll
what
have
he
an
what he
opportunity
does.
now
Yeah.
to see what it is he can do because he's in Sac and he has some talent.
Yes.
And they seem to be behind him. So
And Darren Fox is going to call Lonzo and say, "Dang, man, what the hell happened?" I know, yeah, okay. You gonna see.
The other thing that you talked about, which people were very upset about.
Hey, be sure to talk to Fox's dad, too. So when he get crazy over there in Sacramento, because it's going to happen. You think I'm playing?
Well, if you say it, then it probably will.
Look for those matchups.
Magic left very abruptly. Now, I'm on Magic. I have no problem with what Magic did. I'm on Magic's side. I feel like someone with the success level that Magic has is not a lazy person. I don't think that he went into the situation misleading anyone about the other things that he has going on. So the whole not being in the office and that's not an office job, in my opinion. It's probably good he's not in the office. He needs to be out and about making moves. I don't imagine Pat Riley sitting in an office pecking away on a computer all day long. But he left because he felt like he was being mistreated by Rob Pelinka and there was all kinds of other underlying issues. But you said, I believe, I don't want to misquote you, that he just didn't really have the authority that everyone thought he did.
Right.
So when he made his announcement that he was leaving, obviously you weren't surprised. But did you have a problem with the way that Magic did it, or do you think that that's going to affect them?
Whatever anybody does in life, I never have a problem with it because it's what they feel that's the way to do it.
What was Lonzo's reaction to that?
What was Lonzo's reaction to
Magic just leaving?
Nothing. Lonzo's like, hey, whoever's in front, I'm going to be on the court. So it's not like Lonzo going to be like, "Oh, my dad, Magic left." He's not sensitive like that. He don't care if you put Rudy Poot in front of him. You just want to, if you're going to play him, let him do his thing.
Right.
He don't get into that. Yeah, so he's not going to get emotional on that and be like, "Well, Magic was, that's my guy." Who cares? He's not worried about like that. My son just want to play. And that's why I told him, whatever's going around right now with the big baller brand, with the Lakers, whatever, the main thing for you is just get healthy so you can play.
Right. It always comes down to ball.
And that's what it comes down to, but that's what he has to understand. Quit worrying about trades, what's going to happen here or there. Who cares? Be ready for September for training camp. That's the only thing he got on his mind.
Well, the Lakers have been pretty dysfunctional, just with everything altogether.
Right.
And he is there. So do you have any concern about them, how the way they're running it moving forward?
I don't know. Well, see, the new coach is in place. The only thing that was downfall for me was like, you can get all the guys in the world to come play with you, but if the head guy ain't into you like that, Luke Walton, that was my only one. The people at the top, Magic, Pelinka, they're not on the court playing and doing that stuff. The only thing I got mad at Magic and Pelinka was we in the back room, and you say keep family together. So keep family together means to me, you got last pick, you better get Jello. How about you do what's best for Lonzo? You're looking for all these players to build around LeBron. Do what's best for my son. And what's best for him is to have his brother, who he got chemistry with and can play the game, to play with him. That's
least
going
give
to
him
ease him.
opportunity to
The
do
opportunity. But you can see it. The proof is in the pudding. He can throw that ball backwards. Jello can catch like no other, and he can shoot that three. You think he's going to be missing if Lonzo throw him the ball? He going to be like, you think Lonzo going to be missing free throws? No. When you're going to work every day with your brother, come on, man. You so relaxed. And I told Lonzo, I said, you know why you make every shot when you come to LA Fitness and play around? Because you're so relaxed with your brothers. You need to be in that same relaxed mode. But when a team tells you, we don't need you to score, but make all your three-pointers and all your free throws, why you even tell me I don't need to score?
Yeah,
you
you can't take a player and then change their game.
You should have told him. But Lonzo always been a scorer and a player to win. But don't start trying to tell him. You try to turn him into a 3-and-D guy. You put him in the corner and then play hella defense, Lonzo.
Now, we've seen what Lonzo and LeBron can do when they're on the court together running
Why
the ball.
you just don't leave them together until they win every game?
So, but next year, you've coached. You see the free agencies out there. What's the starting five for the Lakers that could lead them to a championship next year?
The starting five for the Lakers?
Yeah.
Shoot. Let me tell you this. I can tell you a team right now for the Lakers if they're ready to roll. If you put in Lonzo at the 1, you could put Ingram at the 2. That boy, LeBron could play the 3. Kuzma could run the 4. And you put the big boy JaVale McGee. You got a running team that's fast as hell.
So it's already there.
The team is there, and they're looking for other pieces. You just got to give Lonzo the ball and tell everybody, if you don't sprint, if you don't get a rebound to that end, I will bring somebody who will come in and sprint every single time because Lonzo won't find you. But you can't find guys when you're taking the ball out and Ingram got his hand like this and Kuzma got his hand like this and LeBron is walking down slow. The game is speed. If you're going to play faster than everybody else, you're going to win.
Well, it was watching the Lakers last year, it felt almost impossible. I mean, one of the biggest critiques of Luke Walton was these insane lineup changes. That
Man,
just,
That's what I'm saying. We've seen
if
that
you guys
lineup.
can see that on the side and you fans, like, man, somebody, man.
It was wild. Every night when the game started, you had to watch the start of the game to see who's starting. You're like, wait a minute, what? What is this lineup?
Dude, some of that stuff. My thing has always been, if I'm in a war, I'm going with my best team in the fourth quarter. And guess what? I ain't subbing until one of y'all hurt or something. Yeah. That's why I'm saying, go get this win for me and do what you guys do. But I ain't gonna let it do. It's like Lance Stevenson had some good games, and in some games you're like, you're not even in the game. He didn't know no rotation. It's like, man, you ain't gonna give him no play.
Yeah. There was a lack of consistency with that, and nobody really knew their role either.
Right.
Nobody.
Yes. Biggest problem.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And guys like even Beasley would get off sometime. You like, okay, the next game you ain't gonna play. Rondo. Lonzo doing good while Rondo's out. And then Rondo come back. Say, put Rondo back in there. Why?
So they kind of lacked an identity last year, which is kind of what we're all saying here.
Overall.
So what would you like to see the Lakers' identity be? I mean, the Spurs is like a system.
Right.
The Warriors, they're just their championships are consistent.
The Lakers got to be speed. They got to be fast, long, and running.
Can you do that with LeBron?
You can do that with LeBron. If you put him in the right mode, you got to win 5-6 games in a row and give Lonzo the ball. So now, on certain occasions, LeBron will get that long rebound. If everybody running, he gonna let her throw the ball forward. He don't care about running. He like get it to him, boom, boom, boom. He gonna get a couple of dunks, but if you're having a good time of winning, that's what he got to get back to. He got to believe in something. Like I was telling him, they trying to go out and get these big free agents. What you have to do is make these youngsters understand that you believe in them, and they'll go to another level.
Yeah, they haven't had that yet.
They haven't had that because they don't entrust in them. And that's why, the media's blowing up like, oh, they're giving rid of everybody. But them guys is good. The middle person who handles everything, that can make everything roll good, is Zoe. On the fact that Zoe is cool with the youngsters and Zoe is cool with LeBron.
Right.
But why is he cool with LeBron? Because LeBron's been his favorite player. You get my other two sons, they go crazy for LeBron because they love LeBron too the same way.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Put my boys, LeBron, and another rebounder, you can't beat them. Because we're going to play so fast with my three boys, we're going to average 40 points a quarter. Every game we play, you're going to have to beat us 160 to something.
Well, I'm excited to see Lonzo spend next year, period.
But just next year, period. That's why I was telling him, man, forget all the other stuff that's going on. Just work on getting better and stronger.
Well, I want to flip to family. You're a grandfather now. Been for a little minute.
Right.
How has being a father changed Lonzo, if at all?
I don't think it's really changed Lonzo. He always been the same.
Speaking of, how is Tina?
Tina getting better and better each time. And I appreciate you asking that on the fact that like I tell people, I got so much stuff going on. For him to take the time out of you guys' time to say, man, how's Tina? It starts off good. When she first sick, just a lot of people that used to, oh, how's Tina? Let me come see Tina. You know, it was an act.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm seeing him for months now, years. But see, for people to be like talking all this and be like, hold up, how's Tina? It's been a couple of years now. And to keep asking about my wife, I feel good about that because I'm like, people don't have to say nothing about that. They can just do their job and leave it at that. But to be, you know, questioning about how my wife is doing is genuine.
Yeah, the boys still loving up on us. I saw the Mother's Day post.
Man, you know them dudes is great, man. Tina, I told Tina, I said, you supposed to have a stroke, but how come the attitude and shit didn't leave? You still got that. I'm like, that's supposed to leave with the
she
stroke.
still gotta keep you guys all in check,
that
you know.
girl, man, Tina, wow.
She's still the mama.
She's the mama, man. She's something else.
Well, we're glad she's doing good.
Yes.
Before we let you go, really quickly, we are in the finals now.
Yes.
I really like Toronto. I like Toronto all year, but Golden State's got a lot of injuries. Kawhi is playing out of his mind. What do you think happens for the rest of the series?
Oh, I already told him that Toronto was going to win.
Me too.
I already told him Toronto's going to win on the fact that usually when you're at the top, the only thing that can bring you down if you're not healthy. The dudes are not healthy. When the Bulls finally won, when they beat the Lakers, that's because somebody's leg was hurt, I think a hamstring. A couple of other players was hurt too, trying to play. And that's why I was like, the Bulls going to get them.
I'm not a Warriors fan. I want them to. I want to break that up. The dynasty's real though, and they actually do have strength in numbers. Like they've been rolling out. Whoever, no matter who's hurt, somebody's been going out there and producing. They don't give bad minutes.
It's a long series.
But here's the thing: long series, not 7 games, ain't that long. When something is leaking, you can put enough to that coming down. You say, "Oh, I played that, man. It's coming down," and it is what it is. And that's normally how it turns out when it's a changing of that. And I think the other team is way too big on the fact that they can reach for the ball. What I mean by that, you can have Gasol out there with the dude Siakam and the other defensive guy to come off the bench. What's his name? Serge. Them guys. Most of the guys on that team, on the Toronto team, they started off to make their name playing defense.
Right.
Van Fleet, he was like, but he could chase you around. And he could shoot. Kawhi Leonard started on defense. Sabaka started on defense. Gasol started on defense. All these guys start on defense. Now, you know who's going to start shooting good is in one of these big games, Danny Green is going to go off on the fact that he shot so raggedy, his percentage is going to catch up with it. He missed all these shots, and then I'm telling you, he's going to have a game where you're like, man, this dude ain't missing. And it's just enough. And that dude, Van Fleet, the same way. He couldn't shoot to save his life. Now he had that baby.
No, you're right about that.
Now he's like, I ain't thinking about playing no more. My baby here, and it's mine. Oh, shoot, let these go. Shoot, he ain't missing a 3.
I'm with you. I think the Raptors win too. Well, thanks again for coming
No,
on
thank
with
you
us.
guys. Good seeing you guys again, man. I
for sure.
appreciate
Glad
y'all,
you're doing
man.
good. Glad Big Baller Brand's doing good. Tina, the family, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.